Today, Father, is Father's Day, and I'm giving you a tie. It's not too much, I know, it's just my way of showing you I think you're a regular guy. You say that it was nice of me to bother, but it really was a pleasure to do. Ere that I was born, I did not have a father. That's why I'm so proud of you. Once a year on a certain day, children honor their father. Father's Day they all celebrate. Once a year on a certain day. Now my sister with both a pretty head joins me on this day. We all get together annually, and to our dear old dad we say, very nice, Mary. Today, Father, is Father's Day.
Father's Day.
A day that we all revere. The tie that we bring didn't cost us a thing, 'cause it's the same tie we give you every year. You say that it was nice of us to bother, but it really was a pleasure to fuss.
Yes, it was.
For according to our mother, you're our father. And that's enough for us. Friend in Hollywood. I think I do, I'm not so sure about it. His name is Harry Ruby. And he wrote a lot of songs that I've sung over the years. Today, Father, is Father's Day, and we're giving you a tie. It's not much, you know, it is just our way of showing you we think you're a regular guy. You say that it was nice of us to bother, but it really was a pleasure to fuss. For according to our mother, you're our father. That's good enough for us. Yes, that's good enough for
Mother dear, no matter where you go, they tell of all her noble deeds, and it's correct, I know. But when you speak of Mother and her kind of loving ways, it strikes me there's one other who deserves a word of praise. Why don't you say a word for poor old Father? I know that he'd do just as much for you. Since you first played with a rattle, he's helped you fight life's battle, and you always found him tried and true, so true. You miss him when he's gone, so treat him kindly, and overlook what faults he might have had. Keep right on praising Mother, but remember there's another, and give a little credit to your dad.
We always think of Mother's feelings if a wrong we do, but none of us consider that it might hurt Daddy too. Though Mother is our standby in all worries, cares, and ills,
we can't forget that Father is the one who pays the bills. Why don't you say a word for poor old Father? I know that he'd do just as much for you. Since you first played with a rattle, he's helped you fight life's battle, and you've always found him tried and true. So true. You miss him when he's gone, so treat him kindly, and overlook what faults he might have had. Keep right on praising Mother, but remember there's another, and give a little credit to your dad, dear old dad.
Now don't get married, don't get married, said my friend McBride. If you take a wife, you're out of luck for life. He had all his little sons and daughters by his side. Like happy hooligans, 16 kids, they all lined up and cried. Mama got shoes, Mama got clothes, Mama got these, and Mama got those. But poor Papa, he's got nothing at all. Mama goes here, Mama goes there, Mama goes out to every affair. But poor Papa, he waits out in the hall. Now Christmas comes, and Mama gets the most expensive frocks. Papa gets a necktie and a pair of 10-cent socks. Everyone cheers when Mama appears, and she's got diamonds stuck in her ears. But poor Papa, he's got nothing at all. And Mama eats ham, Mama eats lamb, Mama eats bread with strawberry jam. And poor Papa, he eats nothing at all. Mama says, oh, Mama says, ah. Mama says boo, and Mama says bye. But poor Papa, he says nothing at all. Papa bought a limousine, and the most expensive kind. Now he wears a chauffeur's suit, and Mama rides behind. Mama's got silk and satin beneath. She's got gold in all of her teeth. But poor Papa, he's got no teeth at all.
Years ago, there were many songs written about mothers. You know, like Mammy and Island Must Be Heaven. Mom, they're making eyes at me, my mother's eyes. But nobody ever wrote any song about fathers. Father was the town schlemiel in almost every place. He was nothing. Mother was the boss. I think there were two songs that I remember. Pop Goes the Weasel, and Oh, What a Crumb Is My Old Man. And I remember one more song. It was called Everybody Works But Father. He sits around all day, feet in front of the fireplace, smoking his pipe of clay. Mother takes in washing, so does Sister Ann. Everybody works on our house, but my old man. That was a big hit, that song. And they even sang it in Europe, in Germany. Alles schafft aber nicht Vater, geht den ganzen Tag herum und raucht die verdammte Pfeife. Das alles geht drüber und drum. Und Mutter nimmt den Washing und auch tut Schwester an. Alle arbeiten in unser Platz, aber nicht der alte Mann.
Everybody works but father, and he sits around all day, feet in front of the fire, smoking his pipe of clay. Mother takes in washing, so does Sister Ann. Everybody works at our house, but my old man, we love him so.
Every morning at 6 o'clock, I go to my work. Overcoat buttoned up round my neck, no job would I shirk. Winter wind blows round my head, cutting up my face.
I tell you what, I'd like to have my dear old father's place. Everybody works but father, and he sits around all day, feet in front of the fire, smoking his pipe of clay. Mother takes in washing, so does Sister Ann. Everybody works at our house, but my old man. Boom, 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 boom. Everybody works but father, and he sits around all day, feet in front of the fire.
There he sat
lad, smoking his pipe of clay. Mother takes in washing, so does Sister Ann. Everybody works at our house, but my old man. Mother takes in washing, so does Sister Ann. Everybody works at our house, but my old man. What's the matter with Father? He's all right. What's it matter if Father's hair is white? I'm very strong for the other sex, but there's the fellow that sends the checks. What's the matter with Father? He's all right. Boom, 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 boom. A bunch of college freshmen were as homesick as could be. They shed their tear for Mother dear until they couldn't see. Was Mother this and Sister that and Mother dear some more, till one of them jumped up and threw his glass upon the floor. What's the matter with Father? He's all right. What's it matter if Father's hair is white? Oh, there was never a vacant chair
between dear Dad and a maiden fair.
What's the matter with Father? He's all right, so right.
Dear son, you ask my reaction to long hair or beards on young people. Some great men have worn long hair and beards, George Washington and Abraham Lincoln. If to you long hair or a beard is a symbol of independence, if you believe in your heart that the principles of this country, our heritage, is worthy of this display of pride, that all men shall remain free, that free men at all times will not inflict their personal limitations of achievement on others, to demand your own rights as well as the rights of others and be willing to fight for this right, you have my blessing. You ask that I not judge you merely as a teenager, to judge you on your own personal habits, abilities, and goals. This is a fair request, and I promise I will not judge any person only as a teenager, if you will constantly remind yourself that some of my generation judges people by their race, their belief, or the color of their skin, and that this is no more right than saying all teenagers are drunken dope addicts or glue sniffers. If you will judge every human being on his own individual potential, I will do the same. You ask me if God is dead. This is a question each individual must answer within himself. Could a warm summer day, with all its brightness, all its sound, all its exhilarating breathiness, just happen? God is love. Remember that God is a guide and not a stormtrooper. Realize that many of the past and present generation, because of a well-intentioned but unjustifiable misconception, have attempted to legislate morality. This created part of the basis for your generation's need to rebel against our society. With this knowledge, perhaps your children will never ask, is God dead? I sometimes think much of mankind is attempting to work him to death. You ask my opinion of draft card burners. I would answer this way. All past wars have been dirty, unfair, immoral, bloody, and second-guessed. However, history has shown most of them necessary. If you doubt that our free enterprise system in the United States is worth protecting, if you doubt the principles upon which this country was founded, that we remain free to choose our religion, our individual endeavors, our method of government, if you doubt that each free individual in this great country should reap awards commensurate only with his own efforts, then it's doubtful you belong here. If you doubt that people to govern us should be selected by their desire to allow us to strive for any goal we feel capable of attaining, then it's doubtful you should participate in their selection. If you are not grateful to a country that gave your father the opportunity to work for his family, to give you the things you've had, and you do not feel pride enough to fight for your right to continue in this manner, then I assume the blame for your failure to recognize the true value of our birthright. Now, I would remind you that your mother will love you no matter what you do, because she is a woman. And I love you too, son. But I also love our country and the principles for which we stand. And if you decide to burn your draft card, then burn your birth certificate at the same time. From that moment on, I have no son.